Think about pulling $150,000 a month from a newsletter powered by artificial intelligence. You would probably think I am making it up, but I am here to prove otherwise. There is a guy who launched a newsletter in February 2023, and he has already built an audience of over 1 million subscribers. At this point, he is probably raking in over $200,000 every month, and he is just getting started. What's even more impressive is that he did it without any fancy team or massive ad spend, just smart content consistency and a deep understanding of what his audience wants. His success proves that newsletters are far from dead. In fact, with the right strategy, they can become one of the most powerful income streams online today. Take the Morning Brew as an example. It was created by a broke college student and ended up being sold for more than $75 million just 5 years later. This is hands down one of the most underrated online business models I have seen in a long time. But let's be clear, it's not for everyone. While AI can automate most of the process, you'll still need to bring some creativity and put in real effort if you want to scale it into something massive. That said, don't stress, because today I'm going to walk you through every single step of launching this kind of business, along with all the wild numbers, so you can aim for the same kind of success. Now, let's jump into step 1. We need to figure out why all of this took off in the first place, because once we understand it, we can repeat the success. 2 years ago, Zain Khan launched a newsletter called Superhuman. Its concept was simple: deliver weekly insights on how to use AI more effectively. But what followed shook the internet. Within just a few months, his subscriber count shot past 350,000 and kept growing steadily. So what sparked this explosive growth? To make sense of it, we have to examine the trends. AI has become one of the most searched topics online, not just in the past year, but in the entire history of the internet. Just look at how AI search interest stacks up against crypto, which is still a hot topic. Most of us remember the frenzy when ChatGPT first launched, and that buzz has not died down. Zain took advantage of this momentum by consistently sharing engaging AI updates on LinkedIn. Since roughly 97% of people were curious about AI, LinkedIn's algorithm amplified his posts. Before long, he was racking up thousands of likes on each one, and his reach exploded. He dropped a quick note about the newsletter that he was building, and people flocked like wildfire. Zain was brilliant to take advantage of the AI hype while the iron was hot. But if we look at the trends again, it's still not too late. AI is still on fire, and today I am going to show you how you can automate this entire process using AI to run and promote our new AI newsletter. Step 2. Start a LinkedIn and come up with a title that has something to do with AI. If you need help, Namelex is a free site that can come up with thousands of names based on the keywords that you provided. Step 3. It's time to start creating content around the latest developments in AI. We're going to position ourselves as a reliable source of AI news, and for that, we'll use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an incredibly powerful tool that can pull in up-to-date information and is especially strong when it comes to covering trending topics. While Google's Bard is also in the game, it has not generated quite the same buzz. Personally, I still lean toward ChatGPT for most of my content needs. Here's how it works. Jump into ChatGPT and ask it for ideas on AI-related topics. For instance, you might ask for the top 10 AI tools for content creators, the best AI-powered text-to-speech platforms, or a roundup of the hottest new AI software released this month. You get the idea. Once we've nailed down our post topics, we'll head over to Canva to design some visually appealing posts for LinkedIn. Keep in mind that LinkedIn is a professional platform, so your content should reflect that tone, but it still needs to capture attention. The LinkedIn algorithm works very differently from platforms like TikTok or Instagram, so here's a quick breakdown. Visibility on LinkedIn is driven by how much engagement your post gets: likes, comments, and shares. Unlike other platforms that rely heavily on watch time, LinkedIn prioritizes interaction. When you publish something, it first appears to your direct connections. If they engage with it, their own connections will start seeing it in their feeds. This means your reach expands every time someone interacts with your post. Think of it like a view-sharing network rather than a traditional social algorithm. The more people engage, the more visibility you get, kind of like a pyramid, but instead of money, it's attention that spreads. And don't worry, this pyramid is totally ethical and built into how LinkedIn is supposed to work. In short, the larger your network and the more engaging your content, the more people will see it. So what does this mean for you? Now, I'm going to show you how to work the algorithm to your advantage just like Zane did. While most users on LinkedIn are busy posting about their daily work routines or celebrating personal career milestones, very few are actually doing what gets the best results, sharing high-value insights and timely updates. Here's the truth: no matter what platform you're on, when you provide fresh, useful information, people engage. And as we've already discussed, engagement on LinkedIn means exposure to a wider audience. So for our newsletter business, the game plan is simple: consistently post insightful AI content that most people haven't come across yet. If the content is relevant and valuable, it will get likes and comments, which means more people in those users' networks will see it too. That's how we rise through the content ranks and end up dominating that visibility ladder, bringing in followers, leads, and eventually income. To get this engine running, we should be posting once per day on LinkedIn. That's how we start building serious momentum. During this initial phase, we should also be liking and commenting on other people's posts to help them drive that initial traffic to our content. And once we have an initial base of followers, we can start lightly promoting our AI newsletter to make people want to subscribe. We need to tell them why it's going to be worth their time. So I'd suggest mentioning something like Zane says at the bottom of all his posts, something like, "If you like this, join Superhuman, my newsletter with 1 million readers that teaches you how to use AI to boost your productivity." Obviously converts pretty well, right? Because as a viewer, I feel like I am going to get value from this and will also probably be missing out. If I don't subscribe, we all know that having FOMO sucks. Step 6. Now we need to understand how to monetize this, because at the end of the day, all this means pretty much nothing. If we are not able to make money right now, I will be honest, for a long time, I really did not understand how a silly newsletter could make any money. But then a few years ago, I heard about Morning Brew. Morning Brew was a small newsletter started in 2015. It sounds like a small operation, but 5 years later in 2020, they sold this business for $75 million. And I did venture to guess that Zane and Superhuman will also be cashing out huge in the next few years. But what they don't want you to know is that so can you. If you start today, the way newsletters like Morning Brew and Superhuman make money is through advertisements. Zane has built an audience of people who are all interested in AI news. So I wonder who would be willing to pay to put their product in front of these kinds of eyeballs. Luckily, hundreds of AI companies are being started every month. And it just so happens that AI is the most funded sector by venture capitalists over the last year, meaning these companies have massive marketing budgets that they're just waiting to find the right partnerships for. That's the big picture goal, but while you're still building your audience, there's also a great opportunity to start earning through affiliate marketing. Many AI tools offer generous affiliate programs where you can earn a commission for every person you refer. Since your audience is already reading your newsletter, there's a high chance they'll be interested in checking out the tools you recommend. Some affiliate programs offer commissions as high as 40%, and many operate on a subscription model, which means you can earn recurring monthly income from each sign-up through your link. For example, here's the type of form you'd complete to join the affiliate program for 11 Labs. The best part? This business strategy is still largely untapped and full of potential. There's a lot of room for new players. And here's a key point: subscribing to a newsletter is free for most people. So even if someone is already following something like Superhuman, they're still open to subscribing to other newsletters as long as the content catches their interest. Now, we need to write the actual newsletters. Sounds kind of exhausting, right? Well, luckily we have this new thing called AI that can do this for us as well. I am going to show you how to train ChatGPT to do 90% of the work. Let's just take a copy of a newsletter that we like and bring it over to ChatGPT. We are going to coach ChatGPT to write our newsletter using the same writing style that this one uses. And we have our first newsletter email, but now we need to set up our newsletter software for this. We can just use MailChimp, come in and click Create New Email and just copy over the email that Bard gave us. But now we need to set up a simple landing page for people to subscribe on for this. We can click on Create to set up our new landing page. When it comes to a sign-up page, now just customize the text and add your logo. Now we just need to set up an automation that connects your sign-up page to your email, and we're ready to rock and roll. So look, I've personally built multiple newsletters to thousands of subscribers using these exact strategies. And to be totally honest, I was a little hesitant about putting this video out, because if I had more bandwidth right now, this is one of the business models that I'd be going all in on right now. This was our video for today. If you liked the video, please make sure to subscribe to the Digital Buddy channel, like the video, and share it. Thanks. See you soon in the next video.